Oh yes, good morning family, good morning to the family. How y'all doing today? My name is Jabbar Lance Brown and we coming at you live in the morning time with another episode of the Manhood Mentor Show. Super excited to be able to come back with the family, get a chance to fellowship with you guys, share some new insights that we've been working on, give you guys some different information that hopefully can change your situation. Man, how y'all doing today? Good morning to everybody under the sound of my voice. Super excited to be back with you guys, man. Yeah, so how y'all been feeling since the last time? You know, we've been doing a lot of things with the content, with the online profile. We've been posting a lot more live out in the field. You know, shouts out to everybody who's been reaching out to the consulting company, getting your financial wellness in order. You know, shout out to everybody who's been tapping in with us, getting the free consultations and getting the information that we've been giving out to you guys, just wanting to help you in any way that we can. You know, we really appreciate all of the support that we've been getting. Make sure that you guys go to all our social media handles and like, share, and subscribe to all of our social media profiles, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Make sure that you guys follow us on all major social media platforms, man. So, as you guys see, the title of today's lesson is considered Unlocking Your Inner Steadiness, unlocking your inner consistency. Right? And one of those things that I know will help all of us be more successful and to be more satisfied with our results is to become more consistent in everything you do, right? In your personal relationships, you want to be more consistent. In your public relationships, you want to be more consistent, right? One of the key components to business in general is being more consistent, right? Why? Because people have to be able to trust what you say, and they have to be able to trust what you say you're gonna do, right? The only way that you can create results is to establish a degree of consistency in your work ethic, your work performance, your output, right? You following up and you following through with what you said you're gonna do, right? So without further ado, what we want to do is transition over here into the slideshow for you guys, right? Look, unlocking your inner steadiness, right? In essence, what we're talking about is being consistent. Okay, they say a consistent drop of water on a stone can eventually crack the stone open. Now, I don't know how true it is. Do I believe it? Yes, I believe it, because we know that water is one of the most powerful and plentiful natural resources that we have here on the earth. So, you know, if they say that a consistent drop of water on a stone in that same spot concentrated can eventually crack that stone, I believe that. And I also believe that that is a measure of the power of consistency, right? And both you and I understand the importance and the power of consistency, because when you're talking about accomplishing anything in life, whether it be to buy your house, to buy your car, whether it be to pay off a student loan, pay off debt, period, send your kids through college, what we know is this. What we know is in order to do those things, you have to be consistent with how you managing your money and how you managing your finances, right? So even in the aspect of financial consistency, we know how important it is to be consistent. And when you're talking about messing up your money, right? Going broke, damn near going bankrupt, being financially irresponsible. In often cases, when you see a person who has ended up financially destitute, the reason being is because they have been inconsistent in some areas of diligence and due diligence. So, give me 1 second, guys. Now, what we want to do is this, right? So, give me 1 second. Okay. All right, boom. Now, key traits, okay? Key traits of steady people, right? People who enact and or exemplify consistent behavior, right? Key traits of these steady people, right? They have a supportive nature. And we all need people who are supportive, right? Who are supportive to us, who are supportive to the rest of the staff, additional members on your team, right? Who are supportive to you know, anybody that's in your social circle who you consider a friend and or a colleague, in order for us to continue to work together and continue to achieve any level of success, right, they exemplify this supportive nature and we benefit from that, right? All of us should want to be consistent and supportive in some ways, but those people who have the innate ability to exercise a steadiness or a consistent behavior, you know, they display certain characteristics and certain qualities, right? Being consistent and reliable. Now, it's no good in having someone who can, you know, perform under pressure in certain circumstances, but then when you need them the most, they not around, right? One of the sayings that I've always heard is the best ability is availability. Okay, you and I have abilities in ourselves on our own. We have our own individual characteristics, but no matter what your ability is, the best ability is availability, right? You have to be available to showcase that consistency and to showcase that supportive nature consistent enough in order for it to pay dividends for you and in order for you to build trust and a deepening rapport with other people, right? And then you're talking about the power of patience, right? Patience is the power of not only making thoughtful decisions, but being content in the process that it takes for those decisions to develop, right? Sometimes when you're making decisions and when you're making good decisions, it takes time for those decisions to develop, and that's okay, right? Taking time for the decision to develop is just fine. When you have an item that you may purchase from the store that is not put together, you have to then add ingredients and put it together. And in the process of you putting it together, you have to display a degree of patience in order for those ingredients to eventually gel together, work together for the greater good of what the outcome of the recipe is, and then eventually get done, right? But you having patience, you notice at the beginning of you combining these ingredients, it's the same way with making decisions in your life, right? Having that consistency and that steadiness allows you now to develop and possess patience in the process that it's going to take for those decisions to begin to pay off for you, right? And all we're talking about is being consistent, family, and exercising a degree of steadiness, okay? Not being hasty, not being overzealous, right? Being steady, being consistent, being patient in the process, right? Just know that your patience is your power, right? No matter how long it takes, remain calm in the process, right? My mother used to say this all the time: Jabbar, you want everything fast. Jabbar, you moving too fast, you're gonna miss something. Jabbar, you making a mess because you moving fast and you not exercising patience. And oftentimes she was right. Yeah, oftentimes my mother was right about the things that I was doing that was not being beneficial to me in the way that I expected it to, and it was all because I wasn't exercising patience. But for those people who are steady and who are consistent, just know that your patience is your power, right? Patience is your power, okay? Now, why do we say this? I'm gonna stay right here for a second, okay? Okay, now, why do we say that patience is your power? The reason that we say patience is your power is because what we know is it's really no losing in life, it's only quitting. Hello, it's really no losing in life, it's only quitting, which is to say that most people quit before they win because they get impatient in the process. Yeah, I hope y'all taking down notes, man. Your patience is your power. As long as you can exercise patience in the process, that in essence begins to develop into a concentrated power that the impatient person doesn't have. See, I used to be impatient, and to a degree, I still am, right? I'm very impatient about some things, right? I don't have power in all things because I develop an impatience. And I'm sure some people are associated with that behavior as well. But for those people who can exercise consistency, discipline, and patience in the process, oh man, it's no limit to what you can do because you don't plan on quitting anyway. And the patience that you're exercising allows you now to enjoy the process much better because you're not acting in haste, right? And in the process of your patience being power, you're making wise decisions, right? How do you know that you're making wise decisions? Because now you're calm enough and you're consistent enough and you're patient enough to go through the progression, okay? How many of y'all watch football? right? I used to watch it all the time. I still understand the game, but I don't watch it as much as I used to. Now, when you have a star quarterback or a good quarterback, right, when he goes in the huddle and he sets the play, he already knows that he may not score a touchdown on every play. So when he's in the huddle and he's setting the play, he goes through his progression of available options before he throws the ball. I'm going somewhere, family. Right? Making wise decisions. See, a consistent person and a person who knows that patience is their power is most likely prone to making wise decisions. Right? Right? They most likely prone to making wise decisions. Right? Right, because they going through the progression of what can and can't happen. Right? They're not moving with haste. They're not moving out of turn. They're not taking unnecessary risks. They're not wasting money. They're not burning bridges. They're not wasting opportunities. It's a number of things that you can now grasp hold of and utilize better and more efficiently and more effectively if you're not acting in haste, and if you know that patience is your power, and if you know that you can allow this patience to now lead you into wisdom. Hello, see, intelligence is, in most cases, the speed in which you arrive at a conclusion, the speed in which you derive an answer, the speed in which you process the information and create a solution. The speed, listen, everybody can't be intelligent. That's fine, but everybody can be smart. See, being smart has to do with exercising patience in the process and then accumulating knowledge over time and making a smart choice, right? And now, in the process of doing all of that, you building a strong foundation. Okay, look, create lasting success that stands the test of time. How do you know that you're going to create lasting success? Because you're exercising patience, because you're taking your time, because you're making wise decisions, because you're not moving in haste, right? See, how many of us know that we could be further along if we had patience in the process earlier on in life and you didn't keep starting over? Hell, I was like that. Right? Put something down, start something, it ain't moving fast enough, put something down, go get something else. Start that, it ain't moving fast enough, put that down, go try something else. And on and on and on and on and on until the cycle, eventually you have a number of incomplete projects, some of them working, some of them not. The ones that are working, you've had success, you've enjoyed, but you could have had way more success had you just been patient in the process of those things you begun in the beginning. You wouldn't be coming back around to have to do them all over again. Good morning, family, good morning, family. Look, we cooking this morning. Yeah, we cooking this morning. Make sure y'all taking y'all notes too, man. All right? Look, navigating conflict and change. So now, exercising steadiness, consistency, and patience helps you to better navigate conflict and change. Now, for those who still got a job and who have staff members, right? Everybody is different. So nobody you meet in this world is going to be exactly like you, even though you guys may have associating qualities. You may have something that you guys find as common ground and a commonality that you can relate to one another in, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are exactly alike. So eventually you're going to develop a conflict, right? This is why they say it's better that you must have conflict resolution skills, right? We all need conflict resolution skills because we're going to have to compromise not only with them at some point, but you got to compromise with yourself. Right? You got to talk yourself down off the ledge from time to time and say, look, I don't think you should say that, Jabbar. I know you feel the way you feel about what you feel, but I don't think you should say it like that. You shouldn't say that like that. You shouldn't do it that way. You shouldn't send the email like that. You shouldn't send the text like that. Don't leave a voicemail like that, right? How many people, before you leave a voicemail, when you know how I say, once you get done, it say hit 3 or hit pound or something like that to send it, and so you like, man, well, just let me hear it first. And then when you hear it, you don't like it, so you erase it and change it. Then you record the voicemail again, you hear, you don't like it, then you change it again. You didn't record the voicemail 3-4 times, you could have been sent the voicemail and been done with it, right? But you didn't like it, right? And you didn't like it because you may be more in tune to navigating conflict and change. So you know that sending the voicemail that way could cause a conflict. And or sending the voicemail that way may not resolve the conflict if indeed it was an issue and the reason that you sending the voicemail is such, right? So look, navigating conflict and change and having consistency and patience, you first have to address the conflict. Learn to approach issues gently but effectively. Okay, what does this mean? So this has to do with being patient. You know you want to resolve the issue, you want to resolve the conflict, but you can't go straight at this person all the time to resolve the conflict. Sometimes you have to slow it down and say, well, look, I know we had a discrepancy earlier today. I'm thinking how I'm going to resolve this. So look, rather than to go straight to them, go to their desk. Look, John, we had an issue earlier today. We need to talk. Nah, John might not want to talk right now. Right? You, young lady, look, Shantae, we had an issue earlier today. Look, man, we need to talk. I got to get something off my chest. Maybe she don't want to talk. Right? Maybe it might be better to send an email. Hey, look, man, I know we had a conversation earlier today. It was some unfinished issues that I wanted to address. When you get a minute, can you hit me back on the email when you'll be free to talk? Right? Gently. You see what I'm saying? Gently. Right? We didn't go right at them. We didn't go right to the front door. We didn't go right to try to resolve the issue in our time. Right? We slowed it down a little bit. Right? We took our time, we exercised patience, we made a wise decision. We said, well, look, man, even though we want to resolve the conflict, maybe this person is not open to talking right now, but at least I got the email thread started. At least I got the text thread started. Look, let me know when you got a minute because I want to resume the conversation from earlier. It might be 2 days from now. That's cool because guess what? We making wise decisions as a process and we exercising patience. See, patience is the key to consistency. Hello, I know we talking this morning, family. Good morning, good morning. Patience is the key to consistency, right? In order to be consistent, you gotta be patient. There's no way for consistency to work. There's no way to be steady without being patient. And patience is gonna serve you in the end. Embracing change transitions smoothly with patience and adaptability, right? It may not even be your approach to take your time. It may not even be your approach to send an email or a text before you go talk to somebody direct and get something off your chest. That may not even be your approach, but this is why we're talking about embracing change. This is why we're talking about embracing change, right? And learning how to transition smoothly with patience and adaptability. Watch this, y'all. Being able to adapt. Being able to adapt. Who you adapting to? First, you're adapting to yourself. Hello. First, you're adapting to you. First, you're adapting to yourself to say, man, I normally don't even handle things like this. I normally don't understand how to handle things like this. Let me adapt to myself. Let me say, Jabbar, I'm recognizing the pattern that you're continuing to display, so let me adapt to my own behavior and change my own approach before I go and try to change somebody else. Rest in peace to Michael Jackson. Shout out to the King of Pop. What Mike say, y'all? Mike say, I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change his ways. The man or the woman in the mirror. Right? You got to look at yourself and say, I got to adapt to myself, right? Because sometimes we act out and act in a way that we don't even know why we done it. Right? Right? This human nature. You tripping, you slipping and you tripping. Sometimes you got to sit yourself down and get yourself a straightening because you're not adapting to yourself, right? Your mind is doing something and your body is doing something different, right? Because your mouth is a part of your body. Sometimes you thinking something and what you saying ain't really what you thinking, and vice versa, and it's causing the conflict. Sometimes your intent is right mentally and emotionally, but physically you do something different. Physically is what you say, right? You didn't even mean to say that like that. You didn't mean to handle that like that. You didn't mean to react like that. Why? Because the flesh is an independent vessel. Yeah, you have control over it, but you have to consciously control it, right? Because it says that. In the word, it says the spirit want to do right, but the flesh is corrupt. The flesh is weak, right? So you got to look at this and adapt to this in yourself. It's almost like you two people. Sometimes, family, it feel like you two people in one, and you're not doing what you want to do the right way, how you really want to do it, but it's getting done and you causing conflict. How do we resolve it? How do we navigate the conflict and make the change, right? How do we do it? Patience. That's what we're talking about, y'all. Patience, right? Patience and learning how to make wise decisions. Hello, right? That's what we're talking about. And then being able to adapt first to yourself, then to other people. You got to adapt your approach, y'all, especially if you going to win friends and influence people. Shout out to Dale Carnegie. So look, y'all, coming down to our last slide of the day, right? Unlocking your potential. The reason why we doing these lessons is to help you unlock your potential, right? To help put the mirror up in front of your face, my face as well, right? I'm watching the same thing you guys are watching. We gotta unlock our potential, family. That's why we doing these live trainings like this, so that we can get the day started off right, get your evening started off, get your weekend started off, take the knowledge and the information back into your home, reestablish home training. You and your family, how you should operate in the home is how you should operate outside of the home, right? That's why we doing this, y'all, right? Daily reflection. So look, make sure you got your notes down. Make sure you're reflecting on your own behavior throughout the day. Why? Because only you can change you. And your behavior is what changes other people. Not what you say is what you do. How many times a family member or a friend or a co-worker or a colleague, right? Your parent, whoever, your wife, whoever, right? How many times you see them picking up bad habits, you see them picking up nuance that is distasteful, is turning you off, is unbecoming, is aggravating, right? It got you looking at them a little different. You're like, damn, man, why she keep doing that? Damn, why he keep saying that, man? Why they acting like, whatever the circumstance is, and then you pull them up, right? Remember, we just talked about that, being direct, going right at them. Sometimes that ain't the approach, family. You gotta adapt, right? Being willing to adapt. You gotta adapt, okay? So let's say you see some unbecoming behavior in some people that you love or that you know or that you work with, and you thinking, well, geez, man, why do they keep doing this, right? Why do they keep doing this? And then you go and then you try to holler at them, but you hollering at them and they receiving it, but they're not changing. Why they not changing? They're not changing because you can't change them, right? No matter how logical and how sensible you are, nobody can change another person physically. Hello, only person you can change is yourself. What you do is you change yourself so well that your change is what inspires them to change. Right? They see how you were. They see you used to wear your pants sagging, your hair used to be unbrushed, your teeth used to be dirty, the whole nine. Now you did a whole 360. You taking care of yourself, you wearing suits, you going out with your lady more, y'all dating, y'all going to church, y'all in the community doing community events, y'all doing all of these things now that you wasn't doing, and now your behavior is what causes other people to self-reflect and change themselves. This is why we got unlock your potential on the last slide and daily reflection. Consider how your steadiness impacts others. Hello. Hello. Consider how your steadiness impacts other people, fam. Right? Because you can't change them physically, but when you change you and you change you so well, your change in you is what changes them. Right? Practice mindfulness. Being mindful. It says enhance patience and leadership through mindful moments. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Look, don't wait until my birthday. Look, man, you dig what I'm saying? If we done talked on the phone 100 times and I done said, damn, man, it's this cologne I smelled, but I never got around to go getting it, and you know we in the gap like that, you know we in the pot. Look, man, show up with the cologne for me one day. Man, you ain't gotta wait until November 13th to go get the cologne. The cologne ain't number $60, $70. Hello, family ain't worth $70, man. It's 12 months in the year. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna have a little fun with it, right? Practice mindfulness. Look, you gotta be mindful of your environment, your surrounding, and you gotta be mindful of showing appreciation and gratitude to the people that you're around, right? People, look, the people who brave enough and who bold enough and who patient enough to tolerate you and me, right? The people who patient enough to tolerate us on a daily basis, we gotta be mindful of that, right? We ain't perfect, man. We can be a handful, man. Family can be a mess. You dig what I'm saying? We can be a mess. We get in our ways, we get set in our pattern and in our routine. We get set in our mind state of one thing's our way, the way we want to do it, and handling things one way all the time. And the people who stay around us throughout a lifetime, or who work with us, or who find that common ground with us and know how to deal with us and know how to gel and intertwine with us, we should be rewarding these people. Right, because it's eventually gonna come back to you. Don't wait till my birthday to get the cologne for me. Look, y'all, a $70 bottle of cologne. Hold on, family. Look, $70 bottle of cologne divided by 12 months is $5.83. So you trying to tell me that one of your loved ones, one of your co-workers, one of your colleagues, Hello, somebody in your social circle, your favorite five, ain't worth $5.83 a month to you. Practice mindfulness. Practice mindfulness. You know if the person that talked on the phone with you, they shot your email, the text, y'all been somewhere and they said, and some they identified that they like, and you seen it and you like, damn man, let me see how much it costs, that is nice. Oh man, I picked that up for them. This is how you now increase the morale and strengthen your social circle just by being mindful. Now look, we know most people when you say practice mindfulness, they thinking about themselves. Huh? You thinking about yourself, being mindful of yourself, right? Being mindful of yourself with how you handling other people. Hello? Huh? And then you lead by example, just like what we talked about, family. Embrace quiet power to inspire those around you, right? When people see you operating in a certain frequency and on a certain level, they're going to begin to emulate that. So look, y'all, that's our time for today, right? Love the show, love the program. Look, make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe to the Manhood Mentor on all social media platforms. Make sure that y'all giving us feedback. Look, tap in with us, get on the wait list for the Manhood Mentor Agency, where we instill leadership and empowerment back into the men, right? And what we also want to do is we want to help the young man begin to develop more efficiently and more effectively into manhood, and we want to help the mothers as well meet them at their point of need. We know it's a communication gap between the adults and the young people, right? But it don't mean that because it is a communication gap now that it's gonna stay like that. No, look, shoot us a DM. Let us know how we can help, right? We got some programs we're working on right now where we're gonna be able to help you guys bridge the gap between your profile and his profile, right? Your standards and his standards. Your language and his language. Every new level of learning requires a new language, family. Okay? In order to reach your child at his point of need, you got to speak his language. In order for him to connect with you and reach you where you are so that you guys reclaim that familial structure, he has to be able to meet you at your point of need and on your level with your communication as well. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Okay? Look, remember to exercise patience because patience is your power. Make wise decisions and be willing to adapt. Until the next time. Peace and love. Hello.